I'll present the presentation. If any of you know me, you know I'm a rabbit Michigan. My name, as Mayor Snyder said, is Linda Coleman. Marcia Starkey and I are working together. I get the privilege of presenting this tonight to you. This is just a summary. You received this summary and synopsis in your packet. So I'm just going over some of the high points. Over a year of collaborative work has gone in with our local and county nonprofits. And this is to work on behalf of our senior citizens, that includes me. And I'm going to present to you tonight just a little high point summary of what we've been doing. We are not done, but we have a good start. To become designated by the American Association of Retired Persons as an age-friendly community, Marcia and I have been leading nonprofits in collaborative effort to help solve some of the overriding issues facing our senior citizens. Some of you have attended those meetings on behalf of nonprofits. The impetus for this effort was a grant from the Calhoun County Senior Millage Allocations. This committee is called SMAC, to the Albion Community Foundation to develop an action plan for the city of Albion to create an environment where seniors want to continue to live. And we know that seniors are a driving economic and societal force. And in Albion, we have many active and contributing seniors. Some of you sit on the board here. We not only want our citizens to remain in Albion, but we also want to attract other seniors to come and live here, because there's a good reason we live here too. If Albion ultimately receives this national recognition, it will be the first city in Calhoun County and one of few communities in the entire state to receive this very prestigious recognition. I will say that our governor is working hard to make our state an age-friendly state and wants communities to join her in this effort. It will provide our community with the opportunity to provide leadership in the county and be a roadmap for other cities and towns to emulate what we're doing to create an age-friendly status. I will say the age-friendly initiative by ARP is for all ages from birth to death, but we focused on seniors because the money came from senior millage funds, and of course that needs to be spent for seniors. In order to achieve this designation, we had to work as a collaborative effort to first assess what is needed for seniors in our community and work on solutions to improve identified needs. To help solve some of the most pressing needs, these organizations work with other organizations to identify what programs are already in place and what programs could be cooperatively developed. The areas that we addressed, and we, as we do in Albion often, decided to kind of go our own path a little way. So we combined some of the things that were recommended as areas to study. So we came up with outdoor spaces and buildings, transportation, housing, social participation, respect, and social inclusion, work and civic engagement, communication, information, and community, health services, and economic development. Input from seniors was vitally important. We had a senior-focused survey, both online and in paper. I will say 99 and 10% people did it on paper. In addition, the coordinators conducted both virtual and in-person community conversations. Using this information, nonprofit organizations focused on the lack of communication as the overriding issue facing seniors, and I would say facing our community. If you don't know what's going on, you don't get the right information, you can't attend, you can't do things, it's an overriding issue. So 2 projects are planned. The first project is what I call kind of an old-fashioned paper pencil, you can hold in your hand kind of project, where magnets with critical information will be sent to all senior households in the 49224 zip code. That'll be mailed out this spring. Now, if you have a couple seniors living there, you only get one. But we are mailing out magnets and accompanying sheets that will explain what does it mean? What does this phone number mean? And one of the things we're going to do is really highlight how 211 can be used. I really didn't know much about 211, but it's a really good resource. And without telephone books, and if you only can go online to find information, that handicaps a lot of seniors in finding out things they need. So look for those magnets if you're a senior citizen. The other communication project involves educating seniors on how to safely and more easily use technology, both with their cell phones, their laptops, and their other devices. Excuse me. I know. Been yelling too loud already. This is a collaborative effort with Albion College through the AmeriCorps program. And also using an intern from the Ford Institute. This collaboration also was really started by the Albion Healthcare Alliance. And they're going to use their version of the program to go into seniors' homes who really don't have the capability of getting out to a site to get this information. And when they're doing this, they're also using it as kind of health assessment and see how they can help them in other ways besides technology. The student taught program is called Tech Savvy Seniors and will provide one-on-one assistance to seniors who sign up for this session. There'll be small group classes, one-on-one help from people who are afraid to turn their cell phones on to people who ask questions that are probably beyond my knowledge. So it's going to be not just one size fits all, but really tailored to the needs of the seniors. Every time I've mentioned this, people go, where do I sign up? Tonight, we're asking a couple things from you. The first is we are going to be, what I sent you was the beginning of this white paper, which I liken it to kind of like a master's thesis. I mean, it's very involved. It is not tailored for small towns. It's tailored, the examples I've seen are from Boston. Well, we don't have a lot in common with Boston, other than we have seniors. So we are tailoring it a little bit more. We found out we can do this, but it's still a very involved process. But one of the things we have to have is a letter from the mayor and the council supporting this effort before we can ever send in our completed action plan for AARP to consider allowing us to go forward with the plan. So that's the first thing we do need from you relatively soon, please, if you will be willing to do this. The other is we're asking you to form an age-friendly community commission. Just like you have a planning commission, many other commissions. We want people in the community to have input into how do we help solve issues that face seniors. And when we solve those issues, we also solve issues for a lot of other people, not just seniors. That doesn't really need to be done until ARP approves our plan, but I'd like you to be thinking about it, thinking about people you might want to ask to be on it, how you would form it. But the other good news we just learned is we have a free resource with a young woman called Sadie Shatter. Now, she's quite young. When I first met her on a Zoom call, I looked at her and thought, how are you involved in ARP? But she did an internship, became very interested in working with ARP, and has a full-time position. And she is going to come when we present our, we hope, approved action plan in the spring to you. She's going to come along and she will be the resource person to help you with this commission to decide on a direction. How do you use a commission like this? So, and it's a free resource. This isn't going to cost the city anything except the time to establish it and the time of the people who would volunteer. So again, with your support, Albion can achieve this national art designation and we can become an age-friendly community. So I hope I have your support. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Do we have any questions right now for Ms. Coleman? Personally.
Thank you so much for doing this research. I have a lot of seniors in my precinct, and does this include 53-year-olds?
I'm sorry, I think you're too it's 55 and up.
2 years.
2 more years. But do know that this is not just a 1-year thing. When Marcia and I took this on, this is to get this started. It's the catalyst. It is now up to the city to work together for a very positive goal and put Albion up there as a city that works together for the benefit of all residents and really for the benefit of our senior citizens, because we have a fairly large population of seniors, as we know. And this crosses every line. I mean, as long as you're 55 and up, you're considered part of the group. So and someday you'll all get there, we hope. We'll all get there. So if you don't have any questions, again, go blue, and I'm off to watch the game.
Hold up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't have a question. One, I want to say thank you and I commend, and I think if we can become the tree city, we can become the age savvy community as well. And if appropriate, I would like to make a motion.
Sure.
Okay, as I read through this, I was thinking that probably to make it official, I would like to make a motion to give the mayor and the city manager permission on behalf of the city council to write a letter of support for AARP age-friendly community for the Albion community, but I.
Second.
I think the attorney has his hand up.
Just as a matter of procedure, it sounds like what we're doing is adding an agenda item that you
Yes.
can do. But, so first of all, it would need to be a supermajority vote, and so what you probably wanna do is motion to add that as an agenda item.
Okay,
And then take up the substance of it at that point.
okay, can we add it at this time? We can add to the.
You can make a motion to add.
Okay. Okay, I would like to make a motion to add, a motion to the agenda, in terms of E.
Support.
That motion, change the agenda, add an agenda.
Add an agenda item.
I didn't make it call you. I'm the first way.
Wait, please, thank you.
We're eager to help.
Thank you.
City Clerk Mayor.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
French,
Yes.
and Mayor Snyder.
Yes.
Well, thank you, and again, we're not submitting this till spring, but the faster we can get the letter, then I can put that in the spot for doing my master's thesis, so. And you will all get a copy nicely bound in notebooks, so you have your own copy, and you can look it over, and we'll be presenting back in the spring, so, again, go blue.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Marcia, for being here.
Now, I think this may be something that we can share with MML as well, you know, because it's a community-wide initiative that is very interesting.
All right, next is our recognition of our fourth quarter city employee recipient. So, Avon. Linda, don't forget the water bottle.
Good afternoon, City Council, I'm the mayor, I'll be quick, so I can get everyone home to the game. But I'm also gonna give this recognition, it's just service. I invited one of my colleagues here today, under the impression that she would come and speak on behalf of the Fund Engagement Committee, because she is our lead. But in actuality, she's being recognized as the employee of the quarter, for the fourth quarter of 2023. Our newest employee, she started in August. I had the pleasure of interviewing her, myself and her supervisor, Sophie Hall. And when I wanted to have someone be the lead of our funding engagement committee, she raised her hand, and not only did she raise her hand, she took on that role and ran with it. We've had a Halloween potluck, we've had, Thanksgiving potluck, a toy drive, a food drive, her and, Councilwoman, Reed have become best friends and, setting up events for us. So we're very appreciative of, Nicole App. Okay, I'm gonna read the nomination and then we'll be all set. So the nomination reads, Nikki is a new team member, but she has jumped right in and perked up the atmosphere a bit. With wearing pink on Fridays during October for breast cancer awareness, wearing sports team hats and shirts for the Michigan State game, spearheading the Halloween potluck luncheon, and she just always has a smile and infectious laugh. And so I know that she brings me great joy in seeing her in the morning. I know our customers and our citizens enjoying interacting with her. And I'm very proud to award her today, with the Employee of the Quarter Recognition Award for the fourth quarter of 2023. And so we were gracious enough to receive a donation from the Bone Theater. So her and her husband hopefully will be able to enjoy a movie and some popcorn.
Awesome.
All right.
May I say something? Yeah. I just want you all to know that it is my pleasure to come to work every day at the city of Albion. Honestly, I enjoy my job very much. I came from a very high-stress court job, and this is very much fun to me. I enjoy interacting with the residents. I enjoy interacting with everybody that comes across my window. So thank you very much. This is honestly my pleasure. Thank you.
But if you want to make some comments, and I know you're going to stay for this as well.
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't have a babysitter, so
That's okay.
No,
my happy man. Nikki has been a great asset to our team. She came right in, she got acclimated with everyone, she does great with our residents, and I am very proud of her to have her as our fourth quarter employee of the month. So
Yeah.
we're in the same boat.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Sonia said as well. Having Nikki join our team has been a great joy. She is always so pleasant and happy and interacting with the residents, and she has boosted the morale here in City Hall. The new events that we have, I just say thank you for taking that on. We spend majority of our day here, so we need to have a little fun while we're here, and you have taken it on, and I'm so happy that you are part of our team. Thank you.
So I want just to add a few comments, because I know how important it is to have good morale in the workplace. It makes a huge impact on the people who come in every day, who make a living serving the public. Having somebody here who can have a positive influence on the morale within City Hall is huge, and I am so grateful that you're part of the team and that you are making a difference. So I appreciate you for all that you do, your customer service, your friendly demeanor. It all makes a huge difference.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve resolution?
Skip lunch.
Oh, well, I just need to find it out here too. Public comments. If there is anybody within the gallery that would like to stand and address council in regards to a specific agenda item, the opportunity is yours. All you need to do is come forward, give us your name and address, and 3 minutes is yours. All right, do I have a motion to approve of the consent calendar items? Support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Right now, do I have a motion to approve resolution 2024-01 for authorizing the issuance of the bond?
So moved.
Support.
Anyone concerned?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As stated in the study session, Council President recall, we published or you approved the resolution for the notice of intent at the beginning of November. So we have done this twice. So one was done at the beginning of November, it was published at that time, so that kicked off that 45-day review period. You then approved another resolution notice of an intent to issue bond on the second piece of the project. That is the 9.1 million that we, the city, is required to cover for the project. That was published or approved at the beginning of December, which was published here in December. So that 45 review period has not expired. So there are two notice of intent resolutions that have been approved by council. Total project cost for our water system improvement project is $19.2 million. The additional $3 million, if you remember when we discussed, will cover road work for the water main repairs. So the grant funding only covers the repairing of the one lane or wherever the water main will be installed in the roadway. I think we all would have a lot of complaints from our residents if we only paved one lane and left the other lane in the rough condition that they are in. So that is why we worked with Whiteman to build in that additional $3 million to cover redoing the entire roadway once we dig it up to replace the water. So that's why it increased the total project cost for over $20 million. But the fund for the water system is $19.2 million. So that is where we get what's in your packet tonight. So for the first notice of intent, that is for the funding that we received through Eagle, through the grant, the $9.6 million grant. So we issued the notice of intent, I believe it was not to exceed $3 million. We always go a little bit higher just because things could change. But we're looking at 1.1 million with, you can only issue 50% of that in the bond. So that's where you get the 573,000. So that is what we are looking to go out and purchase, $573, or take a temporary loan to kind of spur or get this project going. This will cover the design, the engineering design work that's already happened, working with our financial advisor as well as our bond counsel. So this is just the next step in that process, and we are recommending approval.
Any questions or comments? City Clerk Domingo?
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
French.
Yes.
And Mayor Snyder.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the Concord excavating, repairs?
So.
Support.
To the manager?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As stated in the study session, I did issue out a correspondence right before the holidays. We did have a storm drain that was on the brink of failure along North Clark Street. Excuse me. Our crews did go out to assess the work to see if the pumping that we could handle. Unfortunately, it was not. So we did have to bring in Concord Excavating. Acting Director Garrett, he did receive several quotes from other contractors. However, they were below the bid amount. We did go with option one for the plastic.
Recording in progress.
$60,052. The work has been completed, so we are just recommending a formal approval.
Director Garrett, do you have anything to add?
So I did find that, looking into the issues with the water, where it was coming from, I contacted Eagle. I found that there was an issue coming from a source that I believe is probably gonna end up, we're gonna try to work it out. I got a meeting with the gentleman to, figure out where we're gonna be at as far as covering this, because I believe that we might come to an agreement that this is probably not gonna be something that was on us, it was gonna be on them. So with that being said, after the meeting is held, this week, I'll know more on that, but I'm hoping. Yeah. All right. Any questions?
With your hope. City Clerk Domingo?
Councilmember Reed,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
French.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
And Mayor Snyder.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the Albion Public Participation Plan?
So
moved. Support.
Director Arnold?
Good evening.
What you have in front of you is the public participation plan. That is a CDBG compliance document replacing our prior community engagement statement. This is a document that describes several of the public bodies that interact with the development process as it relates to plan enabling, zoning enabling, and a few other sections of Michigan law. And this is being updated so that we can continue to apply for community development block grant funding opportunities, and so that we can do so with our public clearly engaged, informed, and totally aware of what we're doing on their behalf. Recommend approval.
Do you have any questions or comments for Director Arlen? City Clerk Mika?
Councilmember Jackson,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
French,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
and Mayor Snyder.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the proposed street department plans?
So moved.
Support. City Manager Slater?
Yes, I will give an overview and Director Garrett, if I missed anything, please feel free to jump in. But a lot of work has gone in over the last few months, have gone into improving the condition of the street department. With the expansion of Flower Crossing, we now have homes that abut just right up to, the property line. We have kind of made it a temporary kind of wall of dirt to prevent people from crossing over onto city property. However, we know children and people may climb over that. I don't think it's a long-term solution. So Director Garrett and Deputy Chief Kern, they have, received 3 different quotes to put up a fence that goes around the entire perimeter of the property along the line that connects to the wildfire crossing will be a privacy fence with barbed wire at the top, and then it will have also 2 new gate entrances installed. Security cameras will also be put in place. So we did receive 3 quotes as required, and the lowest bid is before you for $60,000. They do require a deposit of $36,000 to get materials and supplies, and then the remaining 24 will be due upon completion. Fitzman and Company, that is who we are recommending. They are finishing up a large project in Marshall, but they're hoping to get to us within the next few weeks, hopefully before the ground freezes and we can get this taken care of sooner rather than later. So we are recommending approval.
Questions or comments for either City Manager Slater or Director Garrett?
North side of that fence will be private. It'll be all so that they can't see over there, which is great because we need them to see what's going on over in that area, especially with all the equipment and stuff that we have in the barn. So
City Clerk Mika?
Councilmember Lawler,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
French,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
and Mayor Snyder.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve of the AARP letter of support?
So moved. Support.
Do we have any questions or comments before we take a vote? City Clerk Mika?
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
French,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
and Mayor Snyder.
Yes. Future agenda items, is there anything the council would like to see in the future agenda?
I just have a follow-up to Councilmember French, his future agenda from last meeting. I have reached out to a few different consultants to get quotes for our strategic work session. So I will be sending a doodle poll to everybody to pick, determine a date so we can get that scheduled.
Public comments. At this time, if there's anybody in the gallery that would like to stand and address council, you may do so. Just come forward, give us your name, address, and 3 minutes is yours. Not seeing any. City managers report.
I don't have a formal report, I just wanted to give a brief update. So this was pre-pandemic, City of Albion, City of Marshall, City of Battle Creek at the time, City of Springfield, and the Calhoun County Land Bank. We all met to discuss having an updated housing analysis study for our region. We started that conversation, pandemic hit, kind of put everything on a hold. We kind of revisited this conversation, I want to say maybe around summer. just to see if they were still interested. However, since the announcement of work plans, we have kind of revisited that, this topic of conversation. Eric Zuzka with the City of Marshall, he is kind of taking the lead, on this project. City of Battle Creek, they've already kind of started one, themselves, so they are underway with having a housing analysis study done specific just for the City of Battle Creek. However, City of Marshall, City of Springfield, City of Albion, and the County Land Bank, we still would like to move forward with having an updated study, because we know this, large plant that will be coming into, the neighboring town is going to affect the county as a whole. And we want to make sure that all of our communities are ready, to support the housing need or housing, crisis kind of that we're experiencing, not only in the state, but across the country. So, like I said, City Marshall, he's reaching out to a few different consultants to kind of get, quotes to see what this would cost to have this completed. It will give us a new, fresh data that we can provide to potential builders and developers on what our needs are. One big piece we really stressed when we had, our last meeting is just the community engagement. We know community engagement is very important here in our town, so we really wanted to make sure that we are providing our residents an opportunity to come and voice what they would like to see, what are their housing needs. So I will provide you more information when, as that project moves along. We have also looped in the Housing Champion, the EDC, into this project as well. So I just wanted to put that out there that we are having conversations to kind of get this housing study done, and I will provide you all with more information as we move further along with that project.
Councilmember comments? Councilman French?
She's going. These first.
Councilman Love?
Thank you so much. I would like to, ask, Councilmember Williams and our city manager to stay going.
Will not support that.
Councilman French?
I believe it is on January 15th, an okay day, there will be a dinner at the Opportunity High School. I'm thinking it's 6 to 7:30, there'll be a program after, local talents and church choirs. So typically, we've had student speakers and NAACP representation speaking. This program is now entering its 8th, I believe, year. We started this when AmeriCorps Vista was first to Albion, and Cressy Vargo and Mark Frost took this on as an opportunity to reflect and bring the community together. So I encourage everybody and anybody to come get a free dinner with food provided by volunteer donors from all over the place. So please come.
Doors open at 5:30, the dinner begins at 6.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes, just want to report that I received an email from Mallory Avis from the Transit Authority of Calhoun County, and that was something that, I'm representing Albion. So just to let you know, there is a doodle poll, and I turned in my available times and dates for, I think it's almost an all-day meeting. So it starts at 9 o'clock and it ends at 5. So there are trainings and transportation update and stakeholder updates and things like that. So I'm on the stick. And the other thing is, I did send a late email because a concern came to me regarding 1105 Finch Street. There's a concern across the street, so I will be talking with you, later on about that, but it was a citizen's concern regarding, the item sitting across the street, and it's been there for several years now. Yeah.
So just wanted to let council know, after many, many years of pushing from former council members and current council members, particularly Councilwoman Reed and Councilwoman Lawler, just wanted to let council know we'll be having a junior associate joining the firm in June.
Oh.
We got enough grandparents here that could, you know.
That sounds like you volunteering the babies.
Yeah, yes.
Heck, yeah. I was gonna say, I'll be third, how about that? I'll be third in line if you two can't make it.
Well,
Congratulations.
congratulations, we have to give you a shower.
And just so you know, Danielle has already purchased a U of M onesie, so.
Okay.
There you go. Somehow it's important.
Kind of going along with, what Councilwoman Davis had brought up about, responding to constituents. We need to be mindful that when we are outreached by people who live in our precincts, we need to do our best to respond, to get them the information that they're looking for. If you don't know the answers, Haley definitely would know, Colin would know, Jill would know, and we can get that information and the answers to your constituents. So we need to be mindful, that's why we're sitting at this table, because you are representing your precinct. So we do want to make sure that we're following back up with those people that are making outreach to us, and that you're either calling them, emailing them, or setting up personal meetings. If there is an instance where you're not comfortable meeting with that person alone, definitely include myself, include Chief Kemp, include the city manager. We just want to make sure that your people are being heard and that they're able to vent. I know there's a lot of uncomfortable conversations that need to be had, but we need to make sure we're not skirting our responsibilities. With that said, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Support.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Support.
Support.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned, 7:41 PM. That was good.